Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about Indian history. I know it's been like a month since I've done my last video. I had my 8th exams and now I'm 9th, so yeah, I'm back in business and doing videos. So in this video I thought this would be a great topic, Indian history, because India is one of the largest history in the world. There are a few countries like China and South Korea which have a little bigger history than India, but it still makes a mark. So, when we talk about Indian history is divided into three parts: the ancient period, medieval period, and modern period. And since I cannot talk about all of that in just one video, I decided to make it into three parts: ancient period, medieval period, and modern period, which is going on now. So, yeah, in ancient period, we're going to be talking about different types of developments that had happened and their features. So, let's begin. So, the first period that kicks off the Indian history is the Paleolithic period. It started before 2 million years before the birth of Christ and ended to 10,000 years before the birth of Christ. BC basically means before Christ. AD, the it actually means Anno Domino, but we just say after Christ. Even though it's not correct, the full form is Anno Domino. So, yeah, the Paleolithic period, also known as the Old Stone Age. Well, it was the first period because there were some facts about it that made it different from the other periods, such as there were four types of humans in this period. Right now, we only have one type of human, but back then there were four types. They were tool makers, Homo habilis; fire maker, Homo erectus; Neanderthals, Homo neanderthalensis. So yeah, that just sounds like the Netherlands, kind of. Homo and modern humans, Homo sapiens. So yeah, those were the four types. And in this period, man learned to farm. They became agriculturally improved. Dog became man's best friend. Yeah, back then they already started breeding dogs, making them domesticated. And also, fire, it was established at this period. Not established, it was founded. Like they got to know the use of the fire and they controlled it. So yeah, these are the primitive features of this period. So let's move on. The second major period is the Mesolithic period. The Mesolithic period ranged from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. In this, people started to hunt, fish, and gather and store food for climate changes such as winter, where they could not gather so much food. They used to store the food for there, and humans started to use small stone tools. So yeah, they became a little more knowledgeable. They became a little aware of other things, and they started to live in huts made of wood, straw, and mud. Before, they were living in caves. So this was a big improvement. They started to move from the mountains to the areas such as plains. So these are the major features of the Mesolithic period. Now, in the third major period, the Neolithic period or New Stone Age, ranged from 8000 BC to 2000 BC. It was the beginning of settled human life. The wheel discovered and agriculture started. So, yeah, because of agriculture, the people could stay in one place and they could get whatever they want. And also because of they discovered the wheel, they could do agriculture. Well, they could cultivate the crops more easily. Yeah, and also in so yeah, that was basically the Neolithic period. Not much happened there, but humans, they discovered to live in one place. They settled life. So yeah, right, even now we live in one place. We don't move from place to place every day. So yeah, that was the importance of the Neolithic period. Let's move on. Now comes the Indus Valley civilization. It was one of the first civilization in India. It reigned from 2700 BC to 1900 BC. It is also called the Harappan civilization. It was a Bronze Age civilization in the northwest region of South Asia. It started to decline in 1900 BC and disappeared around 1400 BC. So yeah, it was a really important civilization, but for some reason it died out. It is called the Indus Valley Civilization because it is located right next to the Indus River. Moving on to the Chalcolithic period, it ranged from 4000 BC to 1500 BC. It is also called the first metal age of India. It was part of the Bronze Age and Copper Age. It was mainly famous for farming communities. Now comes the Iron Age. It ranged from to 1500 BC to 200 BC. Some basic features are Vedic period and arrival of Aryans all took place in this period. And basic books of Hinduism, Vedas were composed in this period. Rise of Jainism and Buddhism, and it is also the period where the arrival of Alexander the Great happened in 327 BC. So yeah, all these major events took place in this period called the Iron Age. Now, the Mauryan Empire, also known as the Maurya Empire, was one of the greatest power that almost ruled the entire India. It lasted from 324 BC to 187 BC. By the time that Alexander invaded, that's when the Maurya Empire was formed. And the Maurya Empire, one of the greatest ruler was Ashoka. It was founded by Chandragupta Maurya, and his grandson Ashoka was one of the greatest rulers. And in the Indian flag, as you see, there's a blue circle, and there are little lines from that go from the center to the outermost circle. There is 24. You can count, and there's a reason why there are 24 spokes. Well, it is because each spoke has a certain value that Ashoka learned, and those are the 24 principles that as Ashoka has learned, because he was a really great ruler. He conquered many land, but after a certain battle he decided to give up fighting and make peace. And when he did that, those 24 principles, those implemented in the Indian flag. So this is about the Maurya Empire. Sangam means gathering or learned when. The literate complied in such a gathering is known as a Sangam literature. It is the most ancient literature in Tamil, which is a language. A whole period is labeled after this, known as the Sangam age. Some prominent features are the Cholas, Cheras, Pandyas. They were rulers. Now, the Guptas. The Gupta Empire, it is like not unlike the Sangam age, which has half in the BC and AD, half in the AD. The Gupta Empire lies after the birth of Christ, from 300 AD to 800 AD. The Gupta Empire was founded by Sri Gupta in 300 AD. Guptas were from the Vaishnavas. In India, there are caste systems. So there were many castes, such as people from low, like untouchables, to Brahmanas, which are very high caste. And Vaishnavas was one of the castes in the middle. And this signifies that the caste system was not very rigid. So Vaishnavas, it was not the major caste, and probably it was a low caste, probably the second caste, I'm pretty sure. But they were the rulers, the Vaishnavas. So that shows that the caste system was not very rigid in this period. So Prague was the capital of the Guptas. Gupta Empire is also named as the Golden Age. So after the Empire ended, that was basically the end of the ancient period and the start of the medieval period. So yeah, I did not go over every single development in the ancient period. I just went over the major parts in the religious activities. So I hope you'll enjoy the video. Please do like, share, and do subscribe. Thank you and bye.